Good evening, everyone, and welcome into the campus of Oak Hill High School. We're watching girls softball here. It is Shady Spring at Oak Hill, a good old-fashioned rivalry if there ever was one. I said it during football season when Oak Hill took the trip over to Raleigh County, and I will echo it in this sport. It's always good to see Shady on an Oak Hill schedule, no matter what the sport. Right now we're watching Ridley Kale. She's in the batter's box. Her team leads at 1-0. And she's facing a 2-2 count with one out. The payoff pitch is swung on and missed, strike three, and they'll go down to first, trying to get the runner at home, and the run will score. But there are now 2 outs in the inning.
Now batting, number 11, Raylan Williams.
Raylan Williams strides in for the Tigers. And comes up empty on the first pitch, 0-1. Bases presently empty of Tigers. 2-0 is the score, and 0-2 is the count. The 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed, strike three. The ball gets away once again. They'll throw on to first, and that will end the inning. So Shady plates 2. And they take a 2-0 lead into the bottom of the first inning. We'll have Oak Hill coming up to bat right after this on the New River Network. We welcome you back to Oak Hill. We'll get the Red Devil lineup here for you now. Leading off will be the center fielder, Kennedy King. Following that will be the shortstop, Peyton Farrell. KK Smith will be pitching today. We've seen her already in the center circle. She'll be batting third. Ava Emery's over at third. She'll be batting fourth. Amy Hollinsworth behind the dish. She'll be in the fifth spot in the lineup. Riley Dial over at first. She'll be batting sixth. Kinley Scott will be over at second. She'll be batting seventh. Bailey Hildebrand out in right field. She'll be in the eighth spot in the batting order. And Cadence Donnelly over in left will be in the ninth spot in the Oak Hill lineup. And on the mound for Shady Spring is Bailyn Williams. Saw her make the final out of the top half of the first. Shady will no doubt feel good about getting 2 runs from the top of the first after they got shut out last night by Independence. After getting shut out, of course, it's always nice to get some runs on the board early and bounce back from that loss to a county rival last night. All right, we're just about ready to go. Kennedy King will stride in the batter's box. And we will get this game underway in the bottom of the first. Oak Hill trying to respond after giving up 2 runs in the top half. And it appears we have perhaps a need for a substitution on behalf of Shady, and indeed we will. It'll be number 5. We'll get that name for you as soon as we can. That's Jocelyn Simon. We'll see where she fits into the. So that's he's over at short, from what I can see. And I must admit, I don't have the greatest of view. That sun is right above center field, right above right center field, and it's shining right back in our faces. So if we don't get the best of, view, and if we miss a few things, well, we're trying our very best. I promise you that. Now we're ready to go. It's Kennedy King. She strides into that right-hand batter's box and shows bunt and looks and comes up empty. It's strike 1. We don't get the benefit of spring training, nor do we get a chance to do any exhibition games due to basketball season going long. So bear with us. It's the first game of bat and ball sports for us here on the Nerva Network for the 2026 season. That's in the dirt ball too. The 2-1. Swung on and missed strike 2. That's foul, so we'll do it again. The 2-2 misses just a tick outside, and the count runs full now at 3-2. The 3-2 pitch is outside, and Kennedy draws a leadoff walk. So we'll reset things here now for Peyton Farrell.
Number 11, Peyton Farrell.
And that misses for ball 1. That's in the air. Out in center, and it drops. Base hit. And everybody's safe. That'll bring KK Smith up with 2 runners on and no one out. And there's strike 1 to KK. That's a ball. The 1-1 swung on in the air to left, and that will get out of play. Hard collision there. She did catch it. So there's the first out.
Now batting, number 8, Ava Emery.
And Ava Emery comes up now. And that's a strike one on Ava. And Oak Hill comes around to score. Admittedly, I'm a little short on details there as I like keeping score of the game, and I was marking down the strike called against Ava, and I missed what happened after that. So I apologize sincerely for that, but it is a 2-1 ball game. Kind folks up here in the press box are informing me that it was a missed throw to third base that brought her home. That's now a 2-1 count on Miss Emery. She swings and puts this one in the air. That looks like it'll fall. No, it does not. And it will be caught for out number 2. And that'll bring up the Oak Hill catcher, Amy Hollinsworth.
Now batting, number 13, Amy Hollinsworth.
With now 2 outs in the inning. And she's in there to third. One strike to Amy, but she's got a runner at third now. And make that 2 strikes against the Oak Hill catcher. With the tying run, but 1 station away. That's in. Base hit. It will score the run and roll all the way to the wall. And Amy's in there with a stand-up double. This game is tied at 2. So Mia Calloway is in as a courtesy runner over there at second.
Is number 4, Mia Calloway.
That'll bring up Riley Dial. Batting with a runner in scoring position here, still 2 outs. But she can give her team the lead. And that's in the air to left. That's well done to snag that out in left. And that will bring the first inning to a close. So with that, Oak Hill does plate 2 to tie the game. We go to the top half of the second inning. It's a 2-2 ball game in Oak Hill.
Now, the second inning for the Lady Tigers, number 12, Sophie Attili.
We're back with you here on the Nerva Network. We've got the top half of the second inning up for you. And leading off is the center fielder for Shady, number 12, Sophie Attili. And she shows bunt and pops that foul. It's 0-1. If you're just joining us, you missed a heck of a first inning. We've got 4 runs total in the inning, 2 for each side. And a lot happened. And just think we've got a whole lot of canvas left upon which to paint the picture of this game. As wind kicks up some dirt, that ball does get to the edge of the dirt, and it will be a hit for Miss Attili.
Now batting, number 28, Victoria Glendy.
That'll bring up Victoria Glendy. And the first pitch to her misses for a ball. The play down at second. And Miss Attili is in there safely. I'll have to dig into our magic lineup card to give you Victoria's position on the ball club today. She is a designated player. Three-ball count to Miss Glendy. And she comes up empty on a 3-0 in which she had the green light. And that's over to short. Only plays at first. It's not in time. And they'll try to go back to third. And instead, they're on the corners now for the Tigers. Reagan Hall will stand in now. She's in left.
Now batting, number 10, Reagan Hall.
First pitch is outside, and defensive indifference will give Glendy second. Swung on and missed for strike one. And that pitch misses inside for ball three. And that is indeed ball four. The bases are chock full of Shady Spring Tigers.
Now batting, number 3, Madeline Shrewsbury.
Madeline Shrewsbury is the hitter for Shady. She takes ball 1. She's over at third tonight. And that's foul. Still 2-2 on a 1-1 count. That pitch misses for ball 2. That swung on out to short. They'll go home. Got the lead runner. And they got them both. Double play.
Now batting for Shady Spring, number 9, Brianna Shrewsbury.
So that'll round us back out to the top of the order. Brianna Shrewsbury, who led the game off with a base hit and got the top of the first starter for Shady. Lined right to third, inning over. And just like that, we are going to the bottom of the second. It's still a 2-2 ball game in Oak Hill. Home against Georgia Washington. They're playing here tonight at home, of course. They're back here tomorrow and games, to say nothing of the fact that every game is important. And there's also a regional game against Buchanan and Upshur on Saturday, right here. And I'll tell you what, at least looking at the way this weather turned out, it didn't look all that great for the majority of the day. But we have turned out to have a evening that can best be described as Chamber of Commerce weather. This might be the best weather in county on this homestand field. So Kinley Scott is a strikeout victim, and that is one away now in the Oak Hill second. And that will bring up Bailey Hildebrand. That's out of my vantage point. As Cadence Donnelly will stride into the box now. Representing the last hope potentially for Oak Hill in the top half of the second. That ball is in the bottom of the second, rather. That ball will fall. She's on her way to second, and she is safe.
Oh, yeah!
And that'll bring us back to the top of the Oak Hill order with Kennedy King, who drew a leadoff walk to begin the second half of the first inning.
Now batting, number 30, Kennedy King.
She'll look at ball one. We'll start off at bat number 2. That's ball 2. That's strike 1. Two 1 count. And that pitch is in the air, and it will drop. It will drop in left center field. Runner comes around to score. And it's 3-2 Oak Hill. That'll bring up Peyton Farrell. She singled in her last at bat in the first inning. But she went yard last night against George Washington. See if she can follow that up with another dinger here tonight. Instead, she'll watch one in the dirt. Runner will advance. And that's grounded out to third. Only play is at first. They'll get the out. And that will end the inning. But Oak Hill does manage to get a run across. It is 3-2 Red Devils. We go to the top half of the third inning right here on the New River Network.
Now batting, number 8, Holly Harper.
We're ready for the top half of the third as Holly Harper will stand in for the tie. She doubled playing her first plate appearance in the first inning. The number 2 hitter in the Tiger order. And she'll look at ball 1. The 1-0 to Miss Harper is swung on and grounded back toward the pitcher. And they got her at first. So that's 1 gone here in the Shady third. That'll bring up Riley Helmer.
Now batting, number 2, Riley Helmer.
Swings and hits it a mile high into center field. And that will drop. They'll hold it at first though.
Now batting for the Lady Tigers, number 99, Brindley Kales.
Brindley Kales will stand in here, number 99. For Shady. First pitch to her is foul back on 1. She was a strikeout victim for the second out of the first inning in her last plate appearance. Higley gets back in the box. Ready to go on an 0-1 count. That's foul back toward us, 0-2. That's right back at the pitcher. They will go to 1. And they get the out at first. It's the second time that Miss Kales has been the second out of the inning.
Now batting for Shady Spring, number 11, Waylon Williams.
As Waylon Williams, the Shady Spring pitcher here tonight, trying to help her own cause and tie this game back up again. And she'll look at ball 1. That's ball 2. Showing bunt, pulling back. Play is at third. And she's safe. After a bobble there.
Good job, Peyton!
Good job, Peyton.
Count is 2-1. That's in the air. But the run will score. Well, my book must be wrong because I have 3 outs. So Sophia Tilly is in here now. That's popped up over near our camera down the left field line. That's in the air to center and caught for the out. We'll figure out where I missed. Upcoming. As for right now, we'll go to the bottom of the third. We'll welcome you back here for the bottom of the third, and while we're at it, let's take a second to shout out the cameraman out there providing us with these excellent images. That's Mr. Chase Berry out there. You've seen his work over the last couple of seasons with the Nerva Network, and we'd like to once again say that he's doing a pretty darn good job. As KK Smith will stride into the box now. She popped out to what looked like the shortstop running in maybe the third base. She ran into the fence in the last at bat she had. And that's strike one, and that's going to drop in there for a base hit. So KK is on for the first time today, and that will bring up Ava Emery. Ava was another one of the Oak Hill Red Devils who left the ballpark last night.
Pitch running for KK Smith, number 2, Miley Wheeler.
As Miley Wheeler will be the courtesy run, will be the runner for the pitcher Smith.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 8, Ava Emery.
That's a strike, and it gets away, and that will be an extra base for Smith as it's defensive indifference on the pass ball. There we go. Again, it's first game for everyone. Well, not for everyone. These girls have been playing for a couple of games. We're just getting into the swing of things. O2 count to Ava Emery. And that misses ball one. No play over at second. That misses as well. And the count quickly evens up at 2-2. That's in the air to center. It will be caught out there. The runner will tag to third, and she's out. So how about that? A fly out, tag out, double play. And I'll bring up Amy Hollinsworth now, the Oak Hill catcher. And that's ball one to Amy. She doubled her first trip up to the plate tonight. That's grounded over to second, flip over to first, and that is that. We've got a 3-3 game after 3. Let's pause for a moment, and when we come back, we're at the top of the 4th inning right here for you on the New River Network. Victoria Glendy will lead off the top half of the 4th in a 3-all ball game. Swings and misses at that one, 0-1.
Just leave it on that wide shot. I'm going to adjust that color balance on that thing, white balance.
That'll even up the count on Miss Glendy. And that's strike 2. That ball goes foul, so it remains a 1-2 rather count. There we go. Strike 3 called. And Glendy is down on strikes.
Now batting for the Lady Lady Tigers, number 10, Reagan Hall.
They'll bring up Reagan Hall. She walked in her first show up to the plate in the top half of the first. That's grounded out to third. And over the first in time for the second out.
Stepping up to the plate for the Lady Tigers, number 3, Madeline Shrewsbury.
And that'll bring up Madeline Shrewsbury, trying to keep the inning alive here for her team in the top of the fourth, as the sun just barely begins to touch the trees around the campus here at Oak Hill High School. That's called a strike on the outside for an 0-1 count. Foul ball, 0-2. And she's down on strikes, and that'll end the inning. So a quick 1-2-3 there for Oak Hill. As we go to the bottom of the fourth, it's still 3-3.
Number 5, first baseman, Riley Dial.
Riley Dial will lead off the bottom of the fourth here for Oak Hill in a 3-all ball game. And she looks at strike one. Ball one to Riley. And that's a ball. So a 2-1 count here on Riley Dial. And that's over to short, and they'll get the out at first. So Dial is retired, and that will bring up Kinley Scott. Kinley was a strikeout victim her first appearance in the second inning. She's trying to get on the board.
Now batting, second baseman, number 18, Kinley Scott.
And that's popped up and caught for out number 2. That'll bring up Bailey Hildebrand. She lined out to first
Now hitting for Ilkill.
in her last
Number
appearance.
7, right fielder Bailey Hildebrand.
Comes up empty at that pitch. It's 0-1. For all the fury that we had in terms of runs being scored in the first couple innings, the game has really kind of evened out. And it is even right now, 3 apiece, as we play the bottom of the 4th. And that's strike 2 against Bailey Hildebrand. And that's ball. 2-2 count now. And that hit her right on the ankle. So she'll take first the painful way. And that'll bring up Cadence Donnelly.
Now batting for Oak Hill. Number 1, left fielder Cadence Donnelly.
That's a foul ball. So they go to an 0-1 count. And that's a ball. Throw into second is a little offline. And Bailey will take second. That's strike 2. As Cadence faces a 2-strike count with a runner in scoring position here, trying to give her team the lead at 4-3. Ball is put in play out to second, and they'll go over to first, and that is how the inning comes to a close. Oak Hill does put a runner on, but they cannot bring her around to score. And we head now to the 5th. It's still 3-3.
Now batting, number 9, Brianna Shrewsbury.
Back to the top of the Shady order with Brianna Shrewsbury. She'll lead us off here in the road half of the 5th. And she'll back out of the box, take a free swing at things, and get back in the box for one that counts. And she will take strike 1. A 1 count to Brianna Shrewsbury, misses for ball 1. The 1-1 pitch. This is low for ball 2. As Brianna gets back in the box. And that's into right field, a base hit. That's Brianna's second of the game.
Now batting for the Lady Tigers, number 8, Holly Harper.
That'll bring up Holly Harper. She has doubled and grounded out to short in her 2 plate appearances thus far. And that's a strike. Flow down to second, and she's safe. Oh, 1 to Holly Harper. Second. And we'll get that situated and get back to live action. Okay, now we're good. Grounded out to short. Only play is at first, and they got her going to third with no play.
Now batting number 2, Riley Helmer.
As Riley Helmer will dig in here now for Shady. Riley's 1 for 2. She grounded out in the first and then singled in the third. She's going back down third. That is a fair ball. No, it is not. That's a foul ball. So Riley will try to straighten that one out a little bit if she goes down the third base line once again. Look, I was kind of playing her to do that. There's a lot of room there in left center field. And she goes into left. Straight away left at that. Throw comes in, and they'll hold the runner there at third. And that'll bring up Rinley Kales with 2 outs now and a runner at third.
Now batting for Shady Spring, number 99, Rinley Kales.
Rinley's 0 for 2. She struck out and then gunned it back out to the mound. The center circle, rather. In the third. Time call. And a meeting in said center circle for the Red Devils here. All right. And it's a 1-1 count now. That one's through into left field. Base hit. Shady does retake the lead at 4-3 And they'll hold that runner at first. That's an RBI single for Miss Kales.
Now batting number 11, Raylan Williams.
As Raylan Williams will stand in here now, the runner over at first with 2 gone here in the top half of the 5th inning. Her team now leads it 4-3. And that's going to fall into left field once again. And all of a sudden they're at first and second now for the Tigers, as Shady may have something brewing here in the top of the 5th.
Stepping up to the plate, number 12, Sophie Attili.
As Sophie Attili comes into the box now, she's 1 for 2. And that's up the middle through a base hit. And Miss Kales is not going to try. Instead, she will hold up at third. And that's 3 straight hits for the Tigers here.
Now batting number 28, Victoria Glendy.
Victoria Glendy's trying to keep the train moving. And get another run on the board here for Shady. Trying to blow this game open if she can, and she'll foul that one off. She was trying for it. She could put a pretty good swing at that, but all it is strike 1. That's outside for ball 1. So the action was down toward third as they tried to catch Miss Kales on her way back to third. They do not. As Glendy resets. Swung on and missed for strike 2. And that'll get out to short, but simple step on the bag at second will prevent any further damage. So that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. Shady does retake the lead here as we go to the home half of the 5th.
Now batting for Oak Hill, the center fielder, number 30, Kennedy King.
Back here for the home half of the 5th. Oak Hill with some work to do now. They trail things 4-3. At the top of the order comes back up again with Kennedy King. That's fouled back right over the press box here, it's 0-1. And Kennedy loops that in the center, but it will be caught for the out.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 11, Peyton Farrell.
Peyton Farrell will come back up to bat now as we've got some major wind action here on this field. Umpire is stopping things, make sure that windstorm is out of the way. Now we're good. Peyton Farrell left the ballpark last night against Georgia Washington, and an opportune time this would be for another one as it's popped up into left and caught for the out. And that brings up KK Smith here for the Red Devils.
Now hitting, the pitcher, number 3, KK Smith.
That's in there for strike one. Comes up empty on a swinging strike two. KK down to her last strike. Indeed, Oak Hill is in the inning, as that is into right, and it will get down for a base hit as the inning shall continue here for Oak Hill. And I'll bring up Ava Emery. Ava has flown out to center field twice tonight, so we're looking to get on base for the first time.
Pinch running for KK Smith, number 2, Miley Wheeler.
As Miley Wheeler will be the runner for KK Smith.
Now batting, third baseman, number 8, Ava Emery.
That's in there for strike one. They'll look down to first, but nothing doing. The 0-1 is grounded out to short. Quick flip over to second will end the inning. So Oak Hill does get a run, but they are unable to get any further. And with that, we will head now to the 6th inning right here on the New River Network.
Now batting number 3, Madeline Shrewsbury.
That'll bring up Madeline Shrewsbury. And that's going to be a foul ball as it rattles the cage here around the press box. Bunt shown and a foul on that. We'll get our count to 0-2. That's inside for ball 1. That's over to third. Quick throw to second. And they'll get the lead runner, but not the trailing one.
Now batting number 9, Brianna Shrewsbury.
That'll be Brianna Shrewsbury with the top of the order, and she will watch strike 1. Brianna is ready. That's inside for ball 1. That's popped up and foul to make it a 1-2 count now. And that hit her. And so she'll take her base.
Now batting number 8, Holly Harper.
I'll bring Holly Harper up with 1 out and 2 on. Excuse me. Harper down the left field line. That's foul. So a long and loud out, or rather, a long and loud strike is all that ends up being. And that is a ball. That's a ball as well. So it's a 2-1 count to Holly Harper. That's inside for a 3-1 count now on Holly Harper. There is a base open for her, but only one. That's in there, strike 2. The 3-2 pitch is in there. Strike 3 call. And that is a massive second out for Oak Hill.
Now batting for the Lady Tigers, number 2, Riley Helmer.
And that brings up Riley Helmer, still now with 2 runners on, but now with 2 outs. That is caught on a pop-up too short, and that will end the inning. Perhaps a great chance for Shady to extend their lead, and they fail to do so. We go to the home half of the 6th, and it's 4-3 Tigers. Red Devils are getting a little short on outs here. They have 6 to play with as we go to the bottom of the 6th, with Amy Hollinsworth leading off for the Devils, trailing 4-3. And that's chopped and off of the shortstop, and Amy is safe. And she might have a mind for more. No, she does not, and she'll stay right there at first. So I myself am going to rule that as an E6.
Pitch running for Hollinsworth is number 4, Mia Calloway.
Mia Calloway will be the courtesy runner here. And that brings up Riley Dial.
Now batting number 5, first baseman Riley Dial.
Riley grounds it right back to the center circle. Amy is out, and Riley will reach, so that'll be essentially a fielder's choice on that ground out back to the pitcher.
Now hitting the second baseman, number 18, Kinley Scott.
So Kinley Scott will stride in here. She's 0 for 2 tonight, looking to get on base the first time tonight, and she'll watch ball 1. That will give the runner an extra base. And so she now will have a runner in scoring position here on a 1-2 count, on a 1-0 count, I beg your pardon. If it gets to 1-2, I was just a little ahead of things. That's a ball. So it's a 2-0 count, so it officially cannot get to 1-2. It's a 3-0 count now to Kinley Scott. She represents the go-ahead run for Oak Hill, presently trailing 4-3 in this game. And that's ball 4. She will take her base, and the go-ahead run is indeed on for Bailey Hildebrand.
Now batting, right fielder, number 7, Bailey Hildebrand.
Bailey slaps at that one, and into right field it goes for a base hit. Run coming around to score. Indeed it will. This game is tied at 4. And Bailey will simply retreat back to first. With the go-ahead run, but one station away.
Now batting, left fielder, number 1, Cadence Donnelly.
Cadence Donnelly will stand in here for the Devils. And she'll swing at the first pitch. That one's grounded out to third. And they got Cadence at first. And run down. She's out at the plate. Is Kinley Scott. And that will be that. So, we have a tie game going to the 7th inning. And when we come back, we'll have that inning for you right here on the New River Network.
Leading off the inning for the Lady Tigers, number 99, Brinley Kales.
Brinley Kales will lead off the top of the 7th here for Shady in a 4-4 ball game. And that's a ball outside. Swings and misses at that. 1-1. That's foul back. 1-2 now. Grounded out towards short. And that is the first down at the top of the 7th. Raylan Williams will be the Tiger hitter.
Raylan Williams.
And that's ball one. And that's ball two. Popped up. And Hollingsworth is there to record the out. And that's two gone now on the top of the seventh.
Batting for Shady Spring, number
Sophie
12, Sophie
Attili will be right now, the last chance for Shady here in the top of the seventh. And she'll look at strike one. That's a ground out to second, and it goes off. Goes off of Kinley Scott. So the Tigers have the go-ahead run on.
28, Victoria Glendy.
And that'll bring up Victoria Glendy. My. Foul. 0-1 to Miss Glendy. That gets away. The runner will get to second. One and two to Victoria Glendy.
Oh, well.
That chair is so sketchy, man.
Yep. Boy.
Top of the order due up here for Oak Hill in the bottom of the seventh, trying to walk things off, and they'll begin with Kennedy King.
Oak Hill, center fielder number 30, Kennedy King.
First pitch to Kennedy is in the air and caught for the out. So up now steps Peyton Farrell.
Now batting shortstop number 11, Peyton Farrell.
That's a little bit outside for ball one. Peyton gets a hold of this one. It's out into right field. And just barely held on to there by the right fielder, but it was indeed. And that will be now 2 gone here in the Oak Hill 7th. KK Smith will come up now with 2 outs in the 7th for Oak Hill.
Now hitting for the Red Devils, pitcher number 3, KK Smith.
Grounded out to second, and that is the inning. So we have free softball for you as we go to the 8th. Still tied at 4. I see the folks in the press box are Boston Red Sox fans. They're playing Sweet Caroline as we head to the 8th inning. Free softball here for you on a Thursday night in Oak Hill. It'll be Reagan Hall leading things off for Shady in the top half of the 8th. And she will swing at that one, grounded out to short. And she is the first out of the top of the 8th.
Now batting number 3, Madeline Shrewsbury.
That brings up Madeline Shrewsbury here. That's in the air to right. And it will be called out there for the out. So quickly 2 gone here in the Shady 8th. Brianna Shrewsbury now back to the top of the order here for the Tigers.
Number 9, Brianna Shrewsbury.
That's in there, strike 1. So here we go. That's a little bit inside. Now that'll be a 2-1 count. Swung right through that one and came up empty. Strike two. Caught in foul ground. And that will indeed retire the side. So, Oak Hill now with their chance to win it here in the bottom of the eighth. Ava Emery will lead things off here for Oak Hill in the bottom of the eighth. And she will watch ball one outside. Grounded out to second. One away here in the bottom of the eighth. Amy Hollinsworth will stand in now.
Now hitting, number 13, the catcher, Amy Hollinsworth.
With Oak Hill in need of a base runner. And that's ball one. Fouled back, 1-1. Into right field and caught out there in right. Well done. That'll bring up Riley Dial here, trying to keep the inning alive for the Red Devils.
Now hitting for the Red Devils, first baseman, number 5, Riley Dial.
And that is mishandled out there at second. And so Riley will indeed get on. As Kinley Scott is the next Oak Hill hitter.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 18, Kinley Scott.
Right back over us, and I'm not going to lie to you, I did flinch at that. It's 0-1. That's a ball. One count. Ball outside. Fake a throw down there to first, rather, nothing doing.
I was like, honey, Daddy broke a hip. She was like, no, the good Lord told me there's nothing wrong with my hip. I said, well, what do you tell you about those stitches? There ain't no stitches there.
2-1 count here to Kinley Scott. Make that a 3-1 count now. And again, they'll take a peek down there at first, nothing doing still. And Kinley Scott will take her base. The winning run is in scoring position here now.
Now batting, right fielder, number 7, Bailey Hildebrand.
Bailey Hildebrand will stand in. Trying to bring that runner home and win this game for Oak Hill. And she was lunging at that one a little bit and comes up empty on 1. Lunges at it once again. That's popped up and foul. So Bailey down to her last strike, but still alive. Foul. We'll do it again. Strike 3, and that will end the inning. We go to the 9th. Still tied at 4. Tomorrow, Shady continues their long road swing. They'll go to Herbert Hoover tomorrow night, whereas Oak Hill will host Capital in a pink out tomorrow night for Breast Cancer Awareness Night. That ball is popped up and caught over at third for the out. I was doing a little bit of looking at Shady's upcoming schedule just to kind of see what things would be like for the Tigers. And we'll get to that here as Riley Helmer digs in. Shady has 6 straight road games. At Independence last night, tonight here in Oak Hill, at Herbert Hoover on tomorrow, March 30th and 31st at Bluefield and Westside, respectively. A lot of road games for these Tigers upcoming. And that's in the air to right for the out.
Now batting, number 99, Brinley Kales.
As Brinley Kales will stand in. And that's inside, ball one. That's into left. Well done out there. Well done to bring that in, and that will end the top of the ninth. We go bottom nine. Oak Hill trying to win it on a walk-off here at home. And be the 9-1-2 due up in the Oak Hill order. Cadence Donnelly, Kennedy King, and Peyton Farrell for the Red Devils here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Trying to walk it off and beat Shady Spring in what has been a really darn good game. Good game, great weather. What more could you ask for here on an early spring evening, turning into night in Oak Hill, West Virginia?
Leading off the bottom of the inning, number 1, left fielder, Cadence Donnelly.
So Cadence will swing at the first pitch, and that is caught at short. And quickly, one gone. They'll round us back out to the top of the Oak Hill order with Kennedy King.
Now batting for the Red Devils, number 30, Kennedy King.
Showing bunt and watching a ball outside. The ball gets away, but with no one on base, there's really no harm done in that. Just another ball on the score sheet. Speaking of, I'm actually running out of room on my score sheet. My scorebook only has 9 innings on it. So if we get to a 10th, we're kind of on our own. That's foul. And the count now goes to 2-1. That's out to second. And quickly now 2 gone here for Peyton Farrell. I mentioned it earlier and I will mention it again. She left the ballpark last night against George Washington.
Now batting,
How opportune would
number
that be
11, shortstop,
here tonight,
Peyton
right now?
Farrell.
And that is in the air, and it will go foul. So 1 strike on Peyton. And there's strike 2. It's a ball outside, 1-2. In the air to right. And that will not get out to the outfield, and that will be the bottom of the ninth. We play on. Still tied at 4. To the 10th inning we go. Raylan Williams will lead things off here for Shady Spring as evening has quickly turned tonight here in Oak Hill. Not that you know it, that field looks very well lit, because it is. First pitch to her is grounded out to short, mishandled. And Raylan will be on. And they got her at second. Yes, they did. One gone. I'll just say this. Thank goodness my score sheet is out of room. I would hate to try to score that. And we're going to have a conference between the umpires. So let's see what comes of this. They called her out. That brings up Sophie Attili.
Sophie Attili.
Sophie stands in with one gone here, and she grounds this one out to first. To take it to the bag, just like that for the second out of the inning.
Now batting number 1, Peyton Elkins.
Peyton Elkins will be a pinch hitter here, number 1 for Shady. First pitch is a ball to Miss Elkins. Second pitch is called a strike. It's 1-1. Swings and misses at that one. It's 1-2. Strike 3 called. The inning is over, and Oak Hill comes up with another chance to win it here in the bottom of the 10th. Meeting off the bottom of the 10th for Oak Hill will be KK Smith. And she swings at the first pitch and puts this one to the outfield. And that's dropped in center field. KK's on to begin the bottom of the 10th.
Pinch running for Smith, number 2, Miley Wheeler.
Miley Wheeler will be the pinch runner here for KK Smith. And she represents the winning run.
Now batting number 8, Ava Emery.
Ava Emery stands in. She'll watch a ball outside, 1-0. Shows bunt, pulls it back, runner to second, and the winning run is in scoring position now here for Oak Hill with a 2-0 count to Ava Emery. Shows bunts again, that's now a 3-0 count. Shows bunt, drops bunt, and that's
This could be it, Amy. Let's do it, girl.
Now batting, number 13, Amy Hollinsworth.
first pitch to Amy is in to left field. Base hit. That will do it. Oak Hill walks off Shady Spring. 4-3, 5-4 the final score. And Oak Hill responds and bounces back after a disappointing loss last night to George Washington. And for Shady, they now have 2 straight losses on their resume as they fell to Independence last night. They fall in extra innings here tonight to Oak Hill. Once again, our final score, Oak Hill 5, Shady Spring 4 after 10 innings of ball. We thank you so much for tuning us in here tonight on the Nerva Network once again. For Chase Berry running camera, Darren McGuffin being the man behind the scenes, I am Lucas Berry saying thank you so much for watching.